It has been a while since we have filmed at this spot. So hi, I'm Hannah, and wow, surprise, I'll be attending Dartmouth College in the fall. I get comments all the time asking me what other schools I applied to and got accepted to or rejected from, and the answer is none. If you're early on in or unfamiliar with the college application process, I might sound a little crazy, like applying to just one school isn't that risky, even scary. Everyone else nowadays is applying to like 10 or 20 or schools or even like more. Well, I only applied to one school because I applied early decision. What's early decision? Well, when it comes to college admissions, there are like 5 application terms that you should definitely know. Each school is different and has different admissions policy. The most common one that is typical to what I expect would be all schools is called regular decision. Regular decision is a non-binding application, meaning that if you get accepted, you can choose whether or not to attend. The deadline to apply is usually on or around January 1st, though I believe it's earlier for many schools in California. Second is called rolling admissions. This is common for a lot of state schools and basically means that after a certain date, often in early fall or late summer of senior year, one can submit an application and get an answer back within a few weeks. It's typically non-binding and great for people who really want to get the application process done very early on. One of my friends knew that she just wanted to go to Auburn. She applied like the second the application opened in like the beginning of September or late August or whatever. She heard back before September was over and committed like the next day. Like she was done with the college application process so early because of rolling admissions. The next type is called early action. This is also an incredibly popular type of application. Most applicants submit their forms by the 1st of November and hear back in December. Early action is non-binding and allows students to get ahead on the college process and hear back far earlier than those who opted to apply regular decision. In general, applying early to a school does not affect one's chances of being accepted into the school, although sometimes applying early increases one's odds of receiving merit aid from the school. The fourth is restricted early action, also known as single choice early action, RIA or SKIA. This is pretty uncommon, really only used by a small handful of the best schools in the country: Harvard, Stanford, Princeton, Yale. Like early action, it is non-binding and it follows a similar early notice timeline, but unlike early action and all other admission types, it prohibits students from applying to any other private universities early. The point of it is to signal to the school that the student is very, very interested in that university. Acceptance rates are higher with restricted early action than in the regular decision pool. The fifth and final term you should be aware of is the type of application that I submitted: early decision. Early decision is binding, so if you get accepted into the school, you're contractually obligated to go. The only way you could get out of the contract would be if the price to attend was entirely unaffordable for you or your family. A lot of schools offer early decision options. Schools that offer early decision include Brown, Cornell, Columbia, Duke, Johns Hopkins, Northwestern, BU, American, Middlebury, NYU, UPenn, Pomona, Vanderbilt, Tufts, and my college, Dartmouth, and many, many more. Some even offer early decision 1, which is a fall deadline, and early decision 2, which has a January deadline. Raw acceptance rates tend to be higher, and as also is true with early action, if you don't get accepted, rejected, or waitlisted, you may get deferred, which just means that they're gonna postpone the decision on your application and revisit it after they look at the regular decision pool in late winter. Alright, so now you know the main flavors of college apps. There may be some others, but these are definitely the most common. Technically, I was lying earlier when I said that I applied to no other colleges. I applied to 2 state schools as safeties, and I did get accepted into both those schools, and they're honors colleges, and blah, 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 blah. But I don't usually count those applications because they essentially just required my Common App essay and no other big supplements, so I really didn't have to write a separate application for those. But nonetheless, I did only apply to one private university. I submitted an application by November 1st and was notified that I was accepted on December 14th. And within that time, I had an interview for the college and took and submitted 2 more SAT subject test scores because my college, not all colleges, but my colleges accepted November scores for early applicants. My acceptance letter came and I had about a week to confirm my intent to enroll. We had that week essentially to confirm that the financial aid was sufficient because, as I said earlier, poor financial aid is the only thing that can get you out of the ED contract. And for me, there was no enrollment deposit, though this is definitely not true at all schools. I just had to electronically sign my name and that was it. I was done. Super quick, super simple, super stress relieving. Now I know how scary the thought of early decision can be. Like, if you get in, you're stuck there. Colleges get a list of students who apply ED, so if you reject an ED offer or try to apply to another school after you've been accepted, from everything I've heard, you're pretty much blacklisted from other private institutions. So how did I know? And more importantly, how do you know if early decision is the right choice? In part 2 of this video, which is linked above and below, I'm going to go over the specific pros and cons to early decision and how I was able to feel confident about applying ED, especially as someone who needed a lot of financial aid in order to be able to afford college. Part 1 was definitely the more formal part of the video, just defining terms, explaining the types of college applications, but part 2 of this video is definitely going to be more laid back, explaining my personal experience with early decision and how I made the choice to apply ED. Honestly, choosing to apply early decision was probably the best decision of my life.
Hey guys, it's Hannah. So I get DMs from you guys all the time on Instagram and comments on my YouTube channel asking for really specific questions about planning your high school classes and college tips and advice and all that stuff, and it's really hard for me to keep track of all of it and be able to answer everybody. So, for the rest of the summer, I'm going to be working on this app called Instant Go. It's currently available in the App Store for Apple users. An Android app is coming soon though. Instant Go is basically this cool app where you can find someone with expertise in like any field. My field is college admissions. Not really an expert, but like I have some thoughts to share. Whether your dream school is Harvard or Stanford or Dartmouth, there are people on the app who want to help you succeed, and I am one of them. On the app, you can send me a chat message with any questions you may have, or you can set up a phone call with me, and we can narrow down the list of colleges that you're thinking of applying to. Or I will even edit your college essays and give you feedback on those. The app is a really easy, really convenient way for me to interact with you guys and help you guys out, and you guys will also be supporting me, which I would really, really appreciate. Plus, the first 20 users who use the promo code HANNAH, super simple, HANNAH, will get a $10 credit to your account that you can use for their phone calls, the chats, whatever you want. But the promo code expires on August 31st, so you gotta get it soon. Get it now. Download the app right now. It's in the description. Click the link. Okay, bye.